I had been working at Google for 4 to 5 years when we had a massive reorg. Everything changed from the titles, teams, even the name of the org was different. And there was a lot of uncertainty. I went from being part of this small regional team to now being part of a global team. I had a new manager, and my new manager, had also a new manager who was coming from a different part of the business. And this new manager, he scheduled one-on-one meetings with all of us. And I thought, this is great. I'll get to meet him. I'll hear about his vision for the team, and it'll be a nice meet and greet. So I went into my one-person conference room to meet with him. And well, it was not a meet and greet. What he ended up doing was basically he interviewed me unexpectedly with very highly technical questions that I had no idea how to answer. And so after a few minutes, he was straight to the point and he told me, you know what? You're obviously not very technical, and we don't really need anybody in Australia right now. So if I were you, I would start looking for another job ASAP. I was in shock. I was angry. I was frustrated, scared. I had moved me and my husband to the other side of the world less than a year ago for this new opportunity, and now it seemed like I didn't have a job. I was disappointed and I was embarrassed because I was crying in front of this person by now. So the next few days, I was in a very dark place, and I came across this book, and I love the title because I really resonated with it. It's called When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. She's an excellent Buddhist teacher. And in this book, there was a story that has stayed with me to this day. And this is a story that I want to share with you. It's a story about a farmer who had a son and a horse, and that's all he had in the world. And one day, the horse runs away. And the neighbors in the village start talking, and they say, oh, so unlucky, his only horse, and he ran away. Well, the farmer was a very wise man, and he answers, maybe, maybe not, we'll see. A few days later, the horse comes back, and it brings with it another horse, a wild horse. And the people in the village start talking again. He's so lucky, now he has 2 horses, how great. And the farmer again answers, maybe, maybe not, we'll see. Well, shortly after that, his son tries to ride this wild horse, tries to tame it, and he falls and breaks his leg. And again, people in the village start talking and they say, so unlucky, his only son, now who's gonna help him? And the farmer again says, maybe, maybe not, we'll see. Well, shortly after that, the village goes into war, the whole town. And the military comes looking for all the men who are young and capable of fighting. And because he had a broken leg, he doesn't have to go. So now, by now, you know what the people in the village start saying, and you know what the farmer also answers. And here's the thing, we really don't know. Very often, what seems like the greatest misfortune, the greatest failure or setback ends up being the greatest opportunity. We can only see that happening when we look back, but when we're looking forward, there's uncertainty, there's fear, and we don't know what's going to happen. And so for me, how this story ends is I stayed with Google, but that incident motivated me to look for a new job in a completely different part of the business, doing something new and exciting. I got to learn a lot of new skills. I worked with a great team with fantastic leadership, and I ended up doubling or more than doubling what I was making in that previous team. So I hope that if you are in a dark place right now where you don't know what's going to happen, there's layoff everywhere, there's the economy, things to seem to be falling apart, I hope that you know that this might be, just might be, the catalyst for your next big thing, for your next great opportunity that's going to make you happier, where you're going to learn even more and where you're going to make even more money. And that's my hope and my wish for you. Take care, my friends.